attendees. Okay, first question. What is the most important thing to ask a spray foam contractor before hiring them? Okay, I guess, one of the first things that I would ask a spray foam contractors, what type of accreditations do they have? What certifications have they obtained? What product that they are going to be using? And, that would be able to tell me that they've done their homework, that they're educated in the industry, and have some sort of third-party certification that says they know what they're doing when they get out to this job site. Let's see. Go to why Graco over other equipment companies?
Well, Graco has been in the fluid pump industry for over 80 years, and it's the proven standard in the spray foam industry. So most people use. It's proven technology that we've been very successful spraying with. So we stick with what works, I guess.
Okay. Next. Working on a project that I would like to get LEED certified. Will SPF help me gain credits? Yes, and I think some of those documents that I showed earlier, you can see that even some of the testing that the manufacturers are doing are specifically so we can address some of the LEED requirements. One of the big, or a couple of the big factors are obviously you got some higher R values obtainable with the closed cell foam, which help. You're manufactured on site. The raw materials are delivered to the site, by one of our rigs, but the actual manufacturing process happens on site, and that's also one of the requirements for LEED projects. And then obviously the post and pre consumer recyclables which go into spray foam would assist you with those LEED points. Next question here. What happens if the foam does not meet specifications? What do you do? The worst case, I've seen it. I've seen foam have to be ripped out of a house. Or building if it's sprayed off ratio. Not according to manufacturer specifications. There's a multitude of items that can happen, and you would be jeopardizing the integrity of basically what you were intending on doing there. So I have seen it where you do have to rip out the foam. I mean, a quality spray foam contractor, that should not be an issue for. Do I need to ask for all this documentation before my job begins? Sure. The more documents, the better. I think whether or not the customer asks for these documents, it's often asked for by the building inspector as well, through his approval and acceptance process of his inspections. He wants to understand what products are going to be used, and you want to ensure you're getting what you paid for. If somebody sells you foam A, you want to make sure you get foam A and not foam B, which could have different properties, different R values, and different fire ratings. So you want to ensure that you're getting the product that you paid for, and by asking for that documentation, you'd be able to better ensure that. I guess follow up to that question. Let me just jump to this next question. Will the contractor walk me through the documentation? Obviously, knowledgeable contractors will know this documentation, will have it readily available, be able to provide you with it, and explain it to you. Some of the documents can be cumbersome to get through, but a good knowledgeable contractor should know this information inside and out. Okay, next. Considering the challenges of working with spray foam, what makes it worth using? Well, absolutely, it's worth using, and I think the challenges are handled by a quality contractor to the point where they're not necessarily challenges. And a quality contractor can manufacture good foam every time. There's no reason why you can't, as long as the procedures are followed, the right equipment's used, and you've got the right guys spraying the product. So I don't view them necessarily as challenges, when you have the systems in place that we do to be able to allow a quality job every time. Okay, what else happens? I got one more here. What happens if a contractor does not have a staff specialist? I guess they'd be referring to the equipment specialist.
Well, certainly if you have equipment issues in the field, it will without being able to repair the equipment in a timely manner, it will certainly mean that the spray foam project won't get finished on time, and it'll also mean that that your spray foam rig could wind up at a equipment repair shop for a couple days, and will certainly keep you from moving forward with your other customers, and it could definitely set you back in your production schedule.
Okay, let me just click through a couple more. I got them here. Let me just try to. Okay, I have a client that already installed spray foam against the underside, attic side of wood sheathing of asphalt shingled roof. How do I determine what he used? Can the product be used this way? The product can certainly be used against, it's an asphalt shingle roof, against the substrate. It can definitely be sprayed right to the deck. Can I get one of your experts to look at the project in Middletown? Okay, this is a pretty specific one. I'll address this one after the webinar. That one's answers. What do you think about the nitrogen charge systems? And these would be, I believe you're referring to the ready-to-go packs, foam. It comes in 2 small containers. They're useful in certain applications. I mean, by any means, for the type of work that we do, you need a full rig. The nitrogen charge systems are very expensive for how much foam they do produce, and they are not they're not tested in the same to the same extent that the system houses are. These tend to be more homeowner-related projects, and it's something that you can just go out and purchase at I think even at your local big box home improvement stores. But they do serve a purpose. They do have documented R value, and they're easy to use for for very small applications. I mean, typically on average, they're a 200 or 400 board foot system. Okay. Let's see what else here. Okay. Will foam stick to any surface? Yeah, basically, our criteria in a loose sense is if you can paint it, you can foam it, and we do sometimes have to prepare some surfaces that it may have some rust or delamination of any sort, but there is a criteria that we would use. We check moisture contents. That's something else that you want to watch out or be careful with. If you have green wood or certain concrete that might still have holding on to some moisture. So it will stick to basically anything, but there is some prep involved and some surfaces that you'd want to take certain precautions. Will we be getting these slides sent to us, or do we need to take notes? I guess we will be sending these out to everyone. So you will have a copy of this, and I believe that'll be coming via email. All right, what else do we have? I think that concludes the questions. Got somebody's hand up. Let me see if I can do this. Not sure. Nick, if you're there, you have your hand up. If you could just type in a question, I'd be happy to answer. Just don't see a question coming in. All right. Well, what we'll do is wrap this up. I just want to thank everyone for attending today's session. For more information, please visit our free resources that we have online at coastalinsulationcorp.com. Our next webinar is scheduled for Wednesday, and that is June 15th. We're going to address the spray foam coatings, as I mentioned earlier, and that's something that's really changing as of February 1st of this year, where foam can be used and left exposed, and how it needs to be covered. So that'll be a very informative webinar, and we look forward to having everyone at the next webinar. And again, thanks for attending.
Thank you.